What is going on YouTube? Hayden back making another brand new Crypto TV episode. In today's video, we're going to be looking at Litecoin, Bitcoin, Ethereum, as well as XLM to BTC. We're also going to be looking at the current coin market cap, as well as some very interesting patterns happening with it, the current charts. You'll notice on Litecoin, Bitcoin, and Ethereum, it seems like the major cryptocurrencies are starting to see some double top action happening. This is merely just in the bigger cryptos. I'm not seeing it within XLM, but you know, this did have, it's almost having a double bottom, which is a good signal for a bullish momentum and a bullish run within XLM. So that's going to be some very interesting topics in regards to the next coin I plan on investing into. You'll also notice that, you know, a majority of these coins are starting to see a double top. And I know I just said that, but specifically I want to speak in terms of where we could potentially be seeing. Does this signal, usually a double top signals a reversal, a bearish signal, but more so the fact that we just had this bullish run. Are we now in a bull market? Are we starting to see, could we potentially be seeing a retracement before a bull run? You know, a lot of questions that I'd like to answer in today's video. Also remember to make sure you are subscribed to the channel, turn on post notifications, and remember we are doing a $25 Bitcoin giveaway this Friday. I will be doing the drawing. All you have to do to enter is make sure you are subscribed and comment done below on the video so I know you've done so, and we will be choosing the winner on Friday. So pretty awesome. Otherwise, let's jump right into today's episode. So guys, let's just do a quick recap of the past couple of days. You'll notice that we've recently been tracking out a potential breakout for quite some time now. The past 2 or 3 days, you'll notice we were tracking this descending triangle, interested in a breakout. We've even had these bearish Bitcoin fractals that have inevitably broken up every single time. And we now just started to see this fractal break bullish and shoot us up to crazy high levels. You also notice that just yesterday, we started to see a lot of this momentum, or 2 days ago, a lot of this momentum shooting the prices up into current highs. And I know a lot of people are discussing, well, how high can we go? How high are we going to go? And I'd like to go into specifics right now with you guys as to where we're probably going to see these coins go in the next couple of days. Now, notice within the current coin market cap, everything is still in green, which is obviously a great thing. Even Stellar, which is only up 0.17%, is in green. And majority of these coins seem to be having some sort of double top action as we head, into the future. We're starting to see more and more signs of potential bullish movements as well as bearish ones, and I'd like to describe with you guys really quickly what we're going to be expecting. Now notice Bitcoin did pull down to $9,500, Litecoin down to $58. We even have Stellar down to 0.06 or 6 cents on the dollar. A lot of interesting movements right now. I want to discuss with you guys this Litecoin, Bitcoin, Ethereum pattern, and then go into specifics as to where we're going to potentially see movements go in the future. Now notice guys that within Bitcoin we're seeing a double top here, and this is very strong. This is huge. Litecoin's also seeing the double top. Ethereum is also seeing, or it's foreshadowing a double top. It hasn't reached there yet. And I'm noticing on XLM, we're seeing a double bottom, which is interesting. And I want to talk about why we could be potentially seeing a movement or a run within XLM and why this might be the next coin that I'm investing in. So to go into specifics on Litecoin, you'll notice that we're starting to hit resistance up here. Now, why did we retrace down to here? Now, just for, reasons being, I'd like to draw in a resistance here because clearly we reversed all the way back down here. Massive wick formed and we hit a top right here, a cap. Notice as I scroll down, you'll notice we hit a resistance there once again. We had wicks over here. As we scroll deeper into the coin, you'll notice a couple of things. Major resistance around this line. I could probably lower it just a tad, and you'll notice a ton of support right here, a ton of resistance right there. So this level is clearly a very strong, you can see it once again right here, resistance and support, which, isn't necessarily a bad thing. It's also not necessarily a good thing. So in regards to where we could potentially be seeing these prices move us to, we have to consider a few factors in regards to where the, MACD is, where the RSI is, how volume's looking, things of that nature. Now, I want to share with you guys some pretty awesome stuff. I have started up my Patreon once again. Huge shout out to everybody that is already a Patreon here, but basically Patreon is a way for fairly low cost to get access to all of my, charts, my Litecoin, my Bitcoin charts, things of that nature, as well as exclusive content that's posted directly onto here and not on my YouTube channel, which does, have some value to it quite a bit. And as well as I do post a lot of my trades before they go up on YouTube. This way you guys can access, exclusive content and exclusive trades before it actually goes live and the general public can see it. Because as we know, it does take quite some time for me to upload and export and edit all my videos before they go live. Patreon, I can post it almost instantly and you guys all have access to it. So I'm just sharing you guys a little bit of stuff here. You guys won't have access to this unless you are a Patreon. So definitely check that out. It's the first link in the description. Otherwise, to go back onto the technical analysis. So in regards to this resistance right here, the couple of things that I'm looking at is I'm starting to see, yes, we're above the high-low MMA. This is great. It's good to see that we're above the high-low MMA, but it looks like we're starting to hit a resistance here. The one nervous thing that I'm having right now is we are really high up on the MACD, and it looks like we're starting to get closer. We're starting to veer closer on the MACD, which is a signal of a bearish movement and potentially a reversal downwards. Now, also notice on the 4-hour, we are pretty much near overbought. We are about to enter that overbought market, which is another great indicator of a reversal happening. Now, when we extend ourselves out to the daily, we're not necessarily in a bad position, but you'll also notice where we're capping off, where this is acting as a resistance. Even scrolling back here, once again, beautiful support right here. Scrolling back even farther, more areas of resistance and support. So this is definitely a line that is currently acting as a strong resistance. We have yet to been able to break $60 in quite some time. Major uptrend, but clearly a reversal downwards. Now noticing that we are 50 on the RSI, or 52, that is, gives us plenty of room and movement to head higher up. The problem is short-term on the 4-hour, you saw that we were clearly about to enter overbought, not giving us much room short-term to move up higher. You also notice that we are starting to extend on the MACD, which is another great bullish indicator, but you have to consider a couple of things. When you then look at Bitcoin's chart and you're seeing Bitcoin is literally overbought on the 4-hour, clear sign of a double top once again. A lot of things are showing me that we could be potentially seeing a downtrend right now. You can see more support right here. We've touched this numerous times. Geez, this is a clear support and resistance line right here. Very strong one at that. This is showing us a very clear pattern that we are looking for potentially a downtrend before seeing a reversal upwards. Now that could potentially happen, and I do think it is. My one odd fascination about Bitcoin is the fact that Bitcoin managed to break out of a massive descending triangle or symmetrical triangle, however you want to look at this. You can consider it like this as a descending triangle. You consider this as the ascending or symmetrical triangle. But notice we broke bullish out of this and we're hitting a very strong resistance right now. We're hitting the high-low MMA as a very strong resistance. Not only that, we're nearing overbought and we're extremely overextended on the MACD. With these being said, this is an extreme indicator to me that Bitcoin is looking oversold and it looks for a retracement lower. A small short-term retracement, potentially getting us back inside the downtrend, because this is a huge resistance we haven't been able to break, and we just recently did that. So the fact that we're hitting the RSI very strong and very hard gives me reason to believe there's a good chance we're going to consolidate downwards before we see that potential bull run. Now, how do we capitalize off a movement that is retracing downwards? Well, the great thing about this is there are coins that act inversely. As we know, on the 4-hour of Bitcoin as well as on Litecoin, we're hitting a double top. There's clearly a resistance right here. We can even Google what a double top is. As we know, or for most of you should know, a double top is an extremely bearish technical reversal pattern that forms after an asset reaches a high price 2 consecutive times. As we know, this has reached a very high price 2 consecutive times, indicating potential reversals. We'll get a comparison, some photos. You can see right here we have a peak and then the second peak, which is a clear sign that we're seeing this right now. And now what that means is I do believe we're going to see that retracement. Now, how are we going to capitalize off this? Ethereum looks great. Major retracement that we saw, still near overbought, but the coin that's standing out to me with extreme sight is XLM. XLM, as Bitcoin broke bullish and shot up in price, XLM broke bearish and exploded downwards in price. So obviously Bitcoin seizing the moment, seizing the opportunity, shooting up into overbought territory, XLM, crashing downwards and entering into an oversold, extremely bearish scenario as of right now. But as we know, markets are starting to turn. Coins can act inversely, and we're starting to see Bitcoin shoot up and starting to become overbought like we know and starting to consolidate downwards. There's a good chance we are going to come downwards. Now, how does that relate to XLM? XLM is starting to come upwards. We're starting to see movement upwards. Not only did we hit a resistance up here, we now have a double bottom. Double bottom, as we know, is a huge bullish indicator. Double bottom pattern is technical analysis charting, describe change in the momentum, yada, yada, yada. It's usually a bullish indicator. If I can pull up an example, you'll notice right here, 2 double bottoms indicating a bullish movement to the upside. So how does that affect us right now? Notice that where we are currently does seem to be some sort of support. I'll draw this on with a horizontal line. We'll make it a different color too, so it's a little bit easier to follow. And you'll notice as we extend out how clear today this is as a resistance and a support. So obviously, this looks like a good buying opportunity for numerous reasons. One, it looks like we are extremely undervalued on the MACD. Looks like we're going to see eventually that blue band cross over the orange, indicating a bullish signal. We're also extremely undervalued in terms of price. We're looking at that double bottom, and it looks like there's plenty of percentage gains to see a price range of at least 20%, which is a huge jump right now. So we're looking for that 20% movement. Conservatively, I'd say about a 15 to 12% movement, but as high as, 20%. So if we capitalize off this movement, what we would have to do is pull up something called the Fibonacci retracement, open this up right now, and then we can figure out, like we did with Bitcoin, where a great buying opportunity, sell-off opportunity is. Obviously, if you guys are wanting to copy me, consider setting, stop losses at this line right here, because there's a good chance we could fall under it. But conservatively approaching, there's a better chance we're going to swing back upwards. Now, where is a great buying opportunity? Obviously, this is not going to last. When we hit up here, as we saw before, when we finally retraced up to here, we ended up catapulting downwards. There's a good chance we're going to end up doing that as well once we hit here. So this is a short window. This is the golden opportunity window. Somewhere in this region, yellow obviously is a yellow flag, yellow light. Be ready to sell off in these levels. Green is the perfect window right here, but you can kind of bait it in between here. This would give us the biggest opportunity, and you'll notice this kind of intertwines this chart with the high-low MMA right there. So around here is the biggest opportunity to make some percentage gains. I will be investing on here most definitely. I'll be sharing this news specifically with my patrons on Patreon. First link in the description if you want to hear more about my buy and sell trades. Obviously, I'm no financial advisor, but I do like to share what I am doing with my audience. Otherwise, guys, that's going to wrap up today's episode. Like I said, if you're new to the channel, make sure to subscribe, turn on post notifications, make sure to enter the giveaway. All you have to do is be subscribed or subscribe, and then leave a comment saying done, and we will pick the winners on Friday. Otherwise, I'll see you in tomorrow's video. Peace.